Hello YouTube, Robert Alvarez, the Psychic Witch, also known as Mr. Lighting on a Fan. I hope and pray that all of you and yours in YouTube land are happy and healthy and safe and well. Right now the time is approximately, doing it digital this time, 7:23 p.m. Eastern Time, and the date is Sunday, July 17th, 2022. The moon is waning in Pisces, and the sun is transiting in Cancer. Although I believe by next week the sun will be in Leo, the sign of the lioness. I want to, so some of you know that earlier last year, the priestess of Grove Argentum, which is a Manhattan/New York City based chapter of the International Fellowship of the Goddess Isis, gave me my very first Lenormand deck. It is actually called, and I'll do a quick show and tell, because I do love show and tell. It is called Old Style Lenormand Fortune Telling Cards by Alexander Ray. And of course I'm going to have Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person for my YouTube videos, do a close-up of the cover of the box. And I love this deck so much that of course I gave it its own pouch. This was the only pouch remaining on the Otherworldly Wax's website, so there you go. But since I received that deck, I have been happily learning about Lenormand. And aside from different books and different YouTube channels, my personal favorite YouTube channel for Lenormand is Lisa Loves Lenormand, which is the YouTube channel of Lisa Young-Sutton, and I finally have her book, which is the Petit Lenormand Oracle, a comprehensive manual for the 21st century card reader by Lisa Young-Sutton. And of course I'm going to have Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person, do a close-up for my YouTube videos, do a close-up of the cover of the book. And I'm also going to have him do a close-up of the back cover, and I'll tell you why in a moment. So I'm going to have him do a close-up of the back of the cover, and now I'm going to have him do a close-up of the author photograph. And I want to tell you, I now have books written by two different authors who have a photograph of themselves standing next to that beautiful, wonderful statue of Elizabeth Montgomery as Samantha Stevens from the original TV series Bewitched. And yes, I did have the thought that my author photograph will be standing next to that statue. That'll be the only reason I visit Salem, Massachusetts. Actually, there'll be two reasons. One will be to get my author photograph standing next to Elizabeth Montgomery as Samantha Stevens, and the other one will be to visit the witch shop of, I forgot her name, oh my god, and it's so ironic because I have books written by that author, and I also have a wand which the Priestess of Grove Argentum purchased for me at that store. Oh, that is so bad, and I've seen her name forever. But anyway, so this is officially one of my top 3 personal favorite Lenormand books. I love, love, love this book. I love the fact that it has my personal #1 favorite Lenormand deck, Shiro Marchetti's Gilded Haveri Lenormand, on the cover. And I am a good ways into the book. I actually have started using 2 bookmarks. So I have these beautiful eye clips bookmarks, and I figured since readers and sibyls and diviners communicate, I would use the throat chakra eye clip. And I have this bookmark that I had purchased at a metaphysical store in Poughkeepsie, New York, called Dreaming Goddess, which is the magician card from the Handel Tarot. And I believe it's the Handel Tarot. And they actually have a fundraiser where they sell different tarot cards from different decks. And the monies for that purchase go to that particular charity for which they're raising funds. So I want to tell you, I really love this book, and I received it last Thursday, if I'm not mistaken, which was July 14th, and I love this book. So I'm currently at well, actually there are no numbered chapters, but it's the chapter on theme groups. And I'm at the first section, which is topic slash object slash life area. I dig everything about this book. I love the fact. Well, you know what? Let me actually read the synopsis of the book, and you'll get a better idea as to one of the reasons why I love this book. Anyone can pick up a deck of Lenormand cards, and with a list of card meanings and some basic instruction, can perform rudimentary acts of fortune telling. If that's what you want, this book can certainly show you how to do that. But if you're like Lisa Young-Sutton and want to understand the hows and whys and do more than provide basic cookie-cutter answers to life's important questions, then this book was written for you. Lisa began writing this book as a learner, explaining details and concepts from a beginner's mindset with the hopes that it would be easily understandable by everyone from a complete novice to professional readers who simply want to view this system from a fresh perspective. Drake, are you making noise again? Are you sure? Because I heard a bang. Okay. In this book, you'll explore everything from getting into the right mindset and finding and protecting your mojo, to the difference between intuitive reading and system reading, to how the meanings of the cards were devised, to the most popular spreads, with an in-depth look at the grand tableau. With many guidelines and examples, Lisa will teach you how to recognize the patterns and clues that will turn an ordinary reading into a wow, how did you see that kind of reading? Lisa's motto is, don't settle for the ordinary when you can be extraordinary. Her goal is to inspire readers to think outside of the box and learn to trust their intuitions. Join her on this journey and enjoy the ride. I want to tell you, I am happily joining Lisa on this journey, and I am absolutely enjoying the ride. I will tell you that one of the things that I have noticed right away about this book is that I feel more confident about doing a grand tableau reading. Now, for those of you who may be new to Lenormand or who may be unfamiliar with Lenormand, le grand tableau is the penultimate spread of Lenormand. Essentially, le grand tableau uses all the 36 cards of a Lenormand deck, and traditionally they have 36 cards. And this one that the priestess gave me definitely has 36 cards. And I feel more confident I'm closer to the point that I could do a grand tableau reading. And I'm thinking about what the authors of one of my other top 3 favorite Lenormand books, Learning Lenormand, which was co-written by Marcus Katz and Tali Goodwin, wrote. They wrote that for professional readers, you're looking at least two hours for Le Grand Tableau. So, and I'm taking that guidance into consideration. But I'm really happy. And right now, my favorite chapter is the one that says start here. And I want to tell you why I love this chapter. So first of all, she writes about what a card system is and what intuition is. And then she goes with, I believe it's 7 steps? No, it is 7 steps, to how she prepares for a reading. Number 1 is grounding / earthing. Number 2 is clearing and raising your vibration. Number 3 is mindful breathing, which I love. Number 4 is connecting to alpha. And what I especially love about this chapter and this section of this chapter is she talks about different types of music based on their waves, like gamma waves, beta waves and alpha waves. She also talks about delta waves, although it's very brief. And then she talks about the different types of hertz. For example, music tuned to 396 hertz helps remove fears, worries, and anxiety. It also helps to eliminate feelings of guilt and subconscious negative beliefs blocking the path to achieving personal goals. Perfect for when you want to feel more uplifted and secure. And I will admit, earlier, sometime between 11 a.m. and 1 p.m., I felt very down in the dumps. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to listen to some 396 hertz music to help me feel more uplifted. And it absolutely did. One of the reasons why I love being a Spotify Premium customer is that I can listen to whatever I want, however I want, and I don't need to do it with commercials. For the record, I love commercials, but I'm more than happy to pay extra for commercial-free broadcasting, be it music, video, etc. Protection, number 5. Number 6, setting your intention. And number 7, closing. I must admit, I tend to forget about number 6, setting your intention, and number 7, closing. And really, it's because when I'm doing readings at a public venue like Notions and Potions or the Moon, Serpent, and Bone markets, I will say that I tend to forget about setting an intention. And I must admit, I'm realizing now how imperative it is for me to set an intention before conducting a client's reading, or any other psychic service that I'm offering any of my clients. And with all due respect to Lisa Young-Sutton, I do prefer the term client. I do love the term seeker, but client is the term that I most prefer. And the closing is also important because, you know what, I do tend to remain very psychically open after doing readings and after doing energy healing treatment. So it's very important. It's actually imperative for me, since I am highly empathic, to close for the evening, or when I'm done with offering my psychic services for the day. This book is a wealth of information. It actually has a grand total of 405 pages. And I will tell you, it's chunky. I love Avalon Cameron's term for very thick books. She calls them chunky. This is a very chunky book. I love chunky books. And the reason why I'm using 2 bookmarks now is because the Start Here section is one that is, for me, worth the price of the book. And it absolutely is one of the best chapters that I've read thus far. She definitely goes into more as the book progresses, and I'm looking forward to it. The chapters are not numbered, but they are grouped. So the Start Here chapter, or the Start Here section, is my favorite right now. And she also has the following chapter, Killing Your Mojo. And it's interesting because what she recommends people do to avoid killing their mojo, I pretty much already do. Like, for example, I'll actually turn to that chapter and read a portion of it. So one of the things that she recommends people do to avoid killing their mojo is to, where are you? Yeah, killing your mojo. So number 1, insecurity, the I can't syndrome. Well, I've gotten over that. Number 2, being told you're wrong. Don't walk, but run from anyone who tries to tell you that what you're doing is the wrong way, and of course, their way is no doubt the only right way. There's a lid for every pot. I love that expression. Your way is your way for a reason. I don't listen to people who tell me that I'm wrong. I don't. So, and then, here's this one section. Now, some of the things I do disagree with, respectfully and lovingly. For example, number 7, caffeine, same as above, which is number 6, drugs and alcohol. Some need a little boost to wake the brain up. Personally, I do love having a cup of coffee and a sweet treat before I begin doing readings for the day. It doesn't always happen because sometimes I actually want to like when I'm at Notions and Potions, I like to have the cup already there. And sometimes it's just easier for me to have the cup afterwards. But for the most part, I do like to have a coffee and a sweet treat prior to my readings, or prior to my to offering my psychic services, or generally speaking, meeting with clients. I find that it's easiest when I'm home. In fact, earlier today, I had a phone reading which had been rescheduled from last Sunday, July 10th, to this Sunday, July 17th. And I had a cup of coffee, and I had a mini blueberry Entenmann's pie, which was so good. Oh my God. Entenmann's is made with what I lovingly call crack and witchcraft. Crack and witchcraft. Seriously. But anyway, so the last thing that I want to end with about this phenomenal Lenormand book is please buy it from the publisher. I say that because even though there are other places where you can buy this book, if you buy it directly from the publisher, the author receives more money from the purchase. And, you know, a lot of you in YouTube land know that I'm a big proponent of buying from independent booksellers and from small publishing houses and small businesses. I'm not going to say that I do that all the time. I know for the fact that I don't. You know, I do go to a chain supermarket virtually all the time. And Amazon, whether I like it or not, is a necessary evil. And yes, her book is on Amazon.com, but if you can buy it directly from the publisher, please, please, please do that, because that way Lisa Young-Sutton will receive more money from the purchase than from another publishing house. And I definitely wanted to buy this directly from the publishing house. I'd never heard of it before. It's called bookbaby.com. But there are several other BookBaby books that I saw that are like, ooh, I hope this website has a wish list option because that'll make things easier for me. And I love, I mean, I'm going to keep going on and on about how I love this book and how I love certain sections. So thank you to Lisa Young-Sutton for writing the Petit Lenormand Oracle, a comprehensive manual for the 21st century card reader. I love your book. I love your YouTube channel. And yes, for those of you in YouTube land, I will have the link to both where you can buy her book directly from the publisher and where you can visit her YouTube channel so that you can receive so much more insights and information about Lenormand. And just FYI, she uses different Lenormand decks in her videos. So if you only have one Lenormand deck and you only want to have one Lenormand deck, don't watch her YouTube channel. Because I promise you, if you do, you will buy several more Lenormand decks. Just like I have 2 copies of the Chakra Lenormand because I saw it featured on her YouTube channel. Anyway, and of course, thank you to bookbaby.com for publishing her book, which, by the way, is not the only book she's going to offer. She has plans that are juicy and exciting, and I'm very looking forward to them. So you can expect more from the Lisa Young-Sutton. And of course, thank you to all of you in YouTube land for honoring who I am and what I do. And thank you for honoring Drake, more commonly known as my awesome audiovisual person, for my YouTube videos and everything he does as well. Thank you so much for all the likes, for all the comments, for all the shares, and for all the subscriptions to my YouTube channel. And of course, an extra big and beautiful and bountiful thank you to all of you who have scheduled your sessions and to those of you who bought me a coffee. I wish all of you a beautiful day, a wonderful night, an extraordinary week, and stay tuned for the next video.